I started painting probably in my late 20s, really painting. And then I started learning under various artists. One artist that really taught me how to paint is Alex Bugeaud in oil, and you learn Cubism, which I can show you right here. This is how Alex showed me how to paint Cubism artwork. And from that, I learned to do various styles, which got me in various shows.
So, what would you say your style is?
My style is basically Cubism and realism. Pretty much two styles, but I have a lot of clients. I have a vast clientele of all races, so I've learned to do various works and styles, basically, for the client, the request of the type of work that I have.
What sells best for you?
What sells best? I would say my Cubism and possibly my figurative abstract.
Mm-hmm. Is this your figurative abstract?
That's the figurative abstract. But I have another piece that you haven't seen, a style that I haven't done. This is one of my latest pieces.
Nice.
Now, this is a G-clay print, but the actual piece feels like granite and stone.
Okay, that's what it looks
feels
like.
like rocks and graves. Now, the name of this piece is called When We Touch Seven. And the essence of this piece is that if you notice in the painting here, they're touching. Now, in order for your relationship to work, you have to be involved and touch someone 7 times a day, the person that you're involved with.
Really?
Because if you touch that person 7 days out of a week, it's a great possibility that relationship will last. And the reason I say this is because most of the time you see the breaks in the paintings. That's what normally happens in our relationship. Sometimes we have division, sometimes we have breaks. But as long as we touch 7 times a week, then it's a great possibility our relationship will have longevity.
Nice.
When we touch 7.
Okay. And what's your name and web address?
My web address is artviewcreations.com. And on Instagram is just Frank Sowell Jr.
Okay, and how long have you been painting?
I've been painting, about 30 years.
Really?
Professionally. I used to be a court artist for Channel 4 for several years.
Oh, you draw the sketches?
Yes, I was doing the sketch artist for that for several years before I really took off in painting. But I'm inspired by everything. I'm inspired by creative people. I'm inspired by other artists who does great work. It's a numerous of artists that I've met over the years throughout the USA that are tremendous and beautiful in what they do.
This ain't for black people.
Well, during the time that you were running the gallery, I think it was a tremendous time for black art.
Yeah.
I was actually just getting started at that time. I was kind of new into the business, but I was learning. But the fact is, we don't have that camaraderie anymore of galleries that get together and put on African American art and showcase artists during that era of the 80s and 90s. We long for it, but maybe, times has changed as far as people promoting their art. But we're trying to get it back together because there's a lot of talent in Dallas and Texas throughout the country. And I don't think that we've been given an opportunity to promote art as we used to. I think it's missing. And
what needs to happen?
Well, I think what needs to happen is we need to have a coalition together of organization, probably of a board of black artists, a board mixture with collectors. And I've been to meetings and had talks of what can transpire, but so far nothing has happened. I've gone to several artist talks and say, we're going to do this. And I've heard people get up and say, but I haven't seen any fruition of it. Nothing really that transpired and made concrete. But I was talking to a young lady. I did the African American Museum show 2 weeks ago, And we was talking about the same thing. We have spaces here in Dallas, such as when the Main Street Arts Festival is going and some of your big arts festivals, the convention center is not being used. Why not, Hilton, why not have a black art show the same weekend? They're having one at Sundance of white artists. Why not we can't have one of black artists? And the more I get to talk to people about it, as an artist, I could probably do it. But the fact is, I want to focus on my art totally. You can't produce good work if you're trying to do so many things at one time. But I try to get people involved because I go to shows where I've actually seen white artists make $70,000 a painting, live painting. I've watched them. I watched photographers. When I went into a art show, and this artist, he wasn't black, but his name is JVR, and I saw a painting of a photographer for $38,000. I record all those. I recorded myself all of those sales that he did that night, and I was amazed because I never saw that before. So we're behind. It's out there. We have the people that could purchase the art. They have the ability. I'm talking to fellow artists in Chicago and Atlanta and Ohio. We have some real high-end collectors, but they're not knowing about the artists in Dallas. Why? Because we don't have any type of coalition or any type of organization that stands out there and let the people know we have talented artists. See, if I was over it, I would be hard. Because my standard would be the criteria that I would like your presentation to be is as a gallery. And for as a frame, you can't come in if I'm doing it and just have a regular frame. Your presentation that presentation is very important. Not just do the work, but presentation, learning how to speak to customers, learning how to communicate. You just can't stand up there and think your art is going to sell itself. No, you have to have a game plan.
Mm-hmm. Do you mentor young artists?
Of course.
Okay.
But the thing about it is that it's very few artists that I meet, African American, I just put it out there, that are serious. I met a young lady, true story, in Hobby Lobby, a white young lady. And we were just in there getting paint in Hobby Lobby. And I told her about this art show. I said, you know what, you ought to apply for this art show as emerging artist. And she said, okay. I said, well, I have a booth set up where you could get a display going. And she said, okay. So she took me seriously. She came, set up her art. She was elected in the show. Her first show, she did $15 grand.
Wow.
And guess what? She's banging it now. She had a show at South Lake where she did 10 grand with one piece. And she's doing her own frame. I'm saying that to say this. She was hungry. She was serious. She said, I want to be an artist. She quit her job because she's doing so well now.
Wow.
True story. I'm not.
Well, I have artists who call me all the time wanting somebody to mentor them. I'm not an artist. Now, I can sell their work once they're at that point.
Yeah.
So are those people that I can send to you?
You can send them in. But like I say, and I tell this, I don't mean no disrespect, but it's like, when I wanted to learn from Alex, when I wanted to learn from Othello, when I wanted to learn from Frank, I sought them out. See, that's the difference. I had a hunger. I didn't know nothing. I didn't know nothing about the road. I didn't know nothing about doing cubism. I sought them out, and I stayed on their coattails, meaning to say this. If you really wanted this business and be successful, you got to be hungry. It's not for me to call you. It's for you to come contact me and stay with me.
That's true.
I don't mind having you to help me set up a show because this is a part of it. Don't look at that you're going to make thousands right off the bat because it may not work. First, you got to get known. People got to see who you are. But the thing about it, you have to love what you do. I'm in it because I love what I'm doing. I'm venturing now in children's books. I'm venturing now in so many other things too, along with it because I love it. I'm getting back to it. But now I've reached a level in my painting whether I have a price on it, and people say, well, how you doing, sir?
How you doing?
people look at it and they say, well, hey, you know, I liked it, that painting. Oh, I love it, but the price is too high. Well, I know I did it. Because the price is up there. They just want it. They just can't afford it.
Okay. Yeah.
See, when you get to that level, it's different. You want it. I've had that all the time. People say, "Oh, I want that, man. How much is it?" I give them the price, and they're either going to afford it. And then I have people. See, I learned the true collectors. They say, "How much is it?" And then and you tell them the price, and they say, "Let's get it." They don't talk and just get it. But then you have the wishers. So you have people say, well, I love it. I wish I could buy it. That's good. But at least I know I'm at a level where people want to buy it and they can't afford it. So that's
What's your price range?
My price range really is from 500 up into thousands. And I could say 20, I could say 15, I could say 5,000. I could go all the way to 150,000. It just depends on who I'm selling it to.
Like how much is this piece right here?
Now that's a print.
Oh,
Now
that's a
the
print.
actual piece, if I was it would be about 5,000.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
So, but that's like I said, that's been sold already.
Oh, it has? Okay.
Let me show you something on my phone. This is something you ain't seen stuff. I didn't bring them out here. I've sold one every time I put it out, pretty much. Or they wish it. I'm good. Because I know they're gonna want to buy it. I know it's in demand. I gotta get. Look at this one here.